This time I'm a one-man standing. I will be joined by anybody. My name is Kutrus, and this is round 7. We are coming back after another long break that lasted 2 weeks this time. 1 week shorter, and this might result in less loss of interest in this league. As you can see, we have 18 men standing on the ground, willing to fight for the biggest achievement in this race. This is the third version of a race this season. It was also season 9 and season 8, and now I will be presenting to you what is going on in the standings of the race. These are the standings right here. I'm gonna make that smaller a little bit, and off the screen it goes. As you can see, as you are seeing, I hope, Leoparder is still in the lead, in the massive lead over Italy. Is not in the room anymore because driving for Division 1 as he was promoted. Then Lepri, who has never stood on the podium this season, which is very, very interesting, and it shows how consistent he is in getting the results. Done and steady. Then Rip David, who is 4th, who has drove 43 races so far this season, who is also present here, who is also willing to do what he can, as Verstappen 33 F1 is taking on the first sector. That's a driver who is new. That's a driver who has participated in the latest license events, has obtained the Division 2 license, and who is hungry and ready to rumble, who is ready to mix the way up with his shocking performance. He's green on Sector 2, however again abroad with a very, very good Sector 2. He is purple, and we will see how the time goes. Leoparder goes 30.5, that's a very, very good time. Isn't beaten by anybody, isn't beaten by every falls short, 2 tenths only. Hamza goes P2 with a purple Sector 3. Verstappen with a very, very good final sector goes P4. That's some very, very interesting time with Hamza Legend, seemingly not with any internet connection issues anymore. Comes stronger than ever in trying to patronize the championship league. Alright, so continuing the walkthrough standing, we have Quatrus, which is obviously me, I'm not in the room anymore. We have Bob, then Krakev, who is also not in the room anymore. All of us were either promoted or moved to another division. Then Anoif, another funny group racing driver, then Hamza, with quite a disappointing season. Seemingly what he can do is way above what he does. So for this season, and Conti was a reserve for Stella Corsa, a team that is run by a legend of Efero Fransta. As well, when it comes to standings of drivers, now constructors, we see that there is not that big of a gap between the 3 giants of this season, TMP, Funny Group, Lezados. They are split by only 19 points, with TMP and Funny Group racing on P3. Anything can happen, and TMP might be in shackle with their current loss of Krakev, who was promoted to Division 1, as he was in season 9. Then we have Mantai with a giant boost of Leoparders 612, who is now racing for him. Then we have Laguer, Kotanges, Stella Corsa, as said earlier, Hugh and Ferran, and then Arcade Racing, new uniform team by Glasgows. And as you may probably experience some issues with the understanding of Simo goes for the fastest, by the way. This is the legend of the standings. As you can see, it's not that hard, it's very, very simple to obtain information of. And now we go full focus on what is going on in the track. Now we see any of the drivers coming on to finish their laps. We see David on the onboard, and he seems to run another lap. The first lap might be a little bit disappointing with the results that he has obtained this season. standings with an imminent upgrade to the podium places as Italy is not in the room in the final for some big points in this division as someone has gone 10th fastest. It is Albert, the best 100, who is also a new driver coming up this during this season. We see David having 2 red sectors with 3 minutes to go. We are just minutes away from having the race beginning, as also Lepre is in the room with us. David goes into the line and he goes P7. He doesn't go by the sector 3, but it doesn't improve any further. It might seem a little disappointing, but when you look at the gap, for 8 drivers are splitting by 4/10 of a second and 10 by half a second. So the qualifying is very close. Also for the strategic side, if you have seen the Division 1 race, you might not be surprised. If you might be surprised because it was messed up by the raid income. The likable strategy for this race is a full stop with 22 laps in the distance. It might be hard for 12 laps and then mediums for 9 laps. It's not a surprise that this kind of track, how wide Buenos Aires is, and how little braking points do we have here. It is clear that this is going to be a full slip race. As Verstappen goes another purple sector, this guy has eaten something very good that made him power up into this race come. Then Funny Group Racing might have hired another beast. They had Quattros who was P2 when he left for Funny Group Racing. They had Illy who had the same fate. Now Verstappen seems to be the perfect replacement for the Greek driver. Oh, as he goes wide. As however game. I'm sorry, I'm not warmed up to be honest. However, Gaming Pro goes second, just 10th away from Leopardo, but he doesn't seem to improve anymore as he won't just have time. Asimo is being followed up in P3, so Hamza, Lepri, they have fallen out of the points awarded places. As I'm gonna inform you once again that P1 obtains 3 points, P2 is given 2, and P3 is given only 1. But even 1 point might be crucial as Lepri is flying. He has purple sector 2. He might be getting pole position. We will see what he can do. He crosses the line and he must have made a mistake. So who can improve the time? Hamza seems to start the lap only. Albert goes 6th fastest, challenging the Lepri, but they come level pegging, so he won't improve anymore. Is there something that Leopardo can do? He can. He will start the lap in the nick of time. Will he be just in time until the checkered flag comes? I think yes, he does. 3, 2, yes, he does. He does come in time. Also, Diamond is in the lap, having a very disappointing season. His best result was P9, obtained at the start of the season. We'll see how far does he go. He goes P7. That's a very good qualifying from him. But to be honest, the qualifying pace, the qualifying places that you give all the way, give all your best in qualifying, that doesn't really matter. All matters is the race, how you begin the race, how immune you are to dirty air, especially in the Sector 1 chicane, which have been amplified to mistakes doing, as we have some of very unfriendly curb to pushing all the way up. So we will see if anybody can improve their lap times. It seems that the only one standing is Leopardo, so it seems like this is going to be another third or fourth pole position as he goes flipping. He almost flipped in the very unnatural, in a very strange part of the circuit, because this is the part where the racing line is, and he is on the track knowing that no one can stop him from achieving another pole position in a career of his, and he goes into the pits, he celebrates, he gives it everything, and it seems that the qualifying is over. So we have some surprises, especially with Asimo Turk, who seems to have lost nothing from his form in Season 7, and How Are You Gamer Pro with another very good result. He has drove very well in the last round of Halong Bay in Division 2 East. He fell short, but very short to the podium. But it might be coming true this race. We'll see how it goes for him and for other drivers that are stacking on the track, and we will see how far they go without making any mistakes. We will see. We will follow up the drivers, as the start will not really be interesting. Lights are out. Away go all of the drivers now. They will be following up for these long corners. Where are they? They are just at the checkered flag, and we will see how they go. It seems that Leopard, Power Gamer Pro are in the turn 1. Does someone make a mistake? It seems that Ring Racer, Charles Leclerc, and Dan Solerivsov make some mistakes, and that might cost them a big time, and that might cost them a position. That may cost him distance to the other drivers. Albert the Best with purple sector 1, the Hue Performances driver, having a very good follow-up to the other drivers. So as I said before, Lepre comes with a very minor mistake that doesn't give away his chances to keep up with the strongest pack of on the circuit. So we have Albert, we have Hamza, then we have Asimo, Leopardo, the championship leader, the vice leader, the second vice leader, Lepre, and the fourth driver at the moment, David, being overtaken by Verstappen as Hamza makes some mistake and he falls back. He's not in the conversation anymore, but he might come back very soon, as we will likely rather to stick to what is happening up front. This is just going to straight be 22, 21, another laps of slip fight between other drivers, so I'm just gonna charge myself and eat a toast. Bon appetit to me. Oh my god, it's so crunchy. If you hear the crunch, then let me know. Oh my god. Literally so good. For anyone wondering, this has 12 grams of protein. Alright, everything chewed up, as it seems that Albert is still leading, but is being joined up by Battle 7-7. The guy who's been in 3 teams at the moment so far this season in 7 races, but is giving it everything at every team that that has signed him so far. Now Hue Performance have 1-2 so far, as Battle is on a run to maybe hunt his teammate, as he goes with a very narrow line, and that costs him 2 or 3 places. With 2 purple sectors, I'm not sure whether he can detronize David's time. We will see as they come in all into the line, all 4 of the drivers, and he does 30.5. I believe it is the better time that Leopardo has done during the qualifying that was enough to make him the pole sitter. As Leopardo goes very, very wide, but he does save himself up. That's what the greatest drivers do. That's what the championship leader does in order to keep his chances up for another podium. Oh, battle! That's very, very unforgiving mistake. That's very, very surprising, and that's very, very sad. As it makes him fall back. I was talking with the drivers, and that said that the curb, especially the first curve, is so unforgiving that it can just blow your way into the corner cut zone without any chance to react, and that's what we have seen now with Battle. So that's very, very unfortunate, as Albert is on a run, is on a hunt. The pressure that Battle has pulled on him for a brief moment might have got him real worked up, as he is opening the gap on the track that doesn't really seem to give that at all. Three tenths, it was 6, so he must have made some mistakes as he's being chased up by Leopardo. Different lies through the chicane. Let's see if anybody of them make a mistake. No. So this is going to be a rush down to the line. Forward up 4. So currently the state of the race is that we have top 3 fighting for the grand prize of this Argentinian Grand Prix. Especially, more specifically to be said, to be said, it's more of Albert and Leopardo fight every corner, every second, every tenth of a second, and Asimo following closely behind until some of the competitors that are ahead of him will make a brief mistake, a single mistake. That's all he needs to keep up and to take away the grand prize from them. As we have some other fights, we have Wolf Rambo, Smikos, and Anoif fighting for P9 at the moment. Wolf Rambo, his best result so far this season is P11, so he must have increased the pace throughout the week, as he has made it to the wall tap. I don't know how he's done that, but it doesn't seem to make him get any mistake, as Battle has dropped a lot. He has been overtaken by Hamza and by Verstappen, who are fighting for position, it seems, and Lepri being just ahead, and David being just ahead, and then the top 3 fighting for what is the greatest, what is the most recognitive, and what is the most remarkable for the F4 race. We also need to talk about some liveries, as Hamza, another mistake. Oh, that was the telemetry problem. So yeah, or is it actually another internet connection problem? He doesn't seem to freeze on track, so it might not be that major as it was in Division 2 Easter's race Halong Bay, when before the race he had to disconnect like 5 or 6 times, not to say 6 or 7. However, he managed to detronize his own internet connection problems, as it seems to kick in more and more thoroughly. You could see that. You could see that going into Sector 3, and you can see that now that he's kind of blurring himself. That is very, very, very anxious to see for another time this season. I believe he has disconnected actually once or twice this season. Doesn't matter what division, because he drove for both. Oh, he almost got it. He almost got the run wide, And this could cost him a big time, as Leopardo and Albert are still battling it out, with Asimo being a bit further, a bit more further back, but is still within the slipstream range that is like 1.3 seconds this season. But actually, the slipstream range is not that big as it used to be in season 6, season 7. No correlation. Season 8, season 9 is very, very dim, I should say. And that doesn't really allow you to keep up with the people that you have ahead of you, even if it's 9/10 as Asimo has, or 8 now. It seems that Leopardo and Albert are going for it as Leopardo touches the wall, and it's so bank touch that Albert is getting back the lead of this race with 6 laps already done. Going to lap 7 as Leopardo gains his lead back. Just for a brief moment he hasn't got it, but he has it now as Albert repays him with another mistake. This race, the whole aura about it is not to make a single mistake because it's very, very forgiving. And you can see that in a track that's supposed to be a giant slipstream battle, we have only 3 drivers that are battling it out for P1, and you can see that not only that curb that we have driven through, but also some other changes that were made into the track that made drivers slack a bit going into the race. Also, it might be the winter break, the Valentine's break that had some voice during this scenario, during this occasion. As we see How Are You Gamer Pro slacking a bit as well, and fighting with Annoy for P10 at the moment, as Wolf Rambo has dropped back, fighting with How Are You Gamer Pro. Oh wait, I misclicked. So How Gaming Pro from P2 went down to P11, actually with a green sector 1, which says all about his first stint, which is absolutely horrible. That is not what he would have wished to see, and the Ferran's team boss, which was Bacon's, but for obvious reasons he is not the team boss, not in the team boss world anymore, and it's Aoxid now. We also see a battle between Hamza, who is lagging a lot more, and he has freezed on the track. Does it make him lose a lot of time? No. So he comes back to what he's used to be, but he's not having a very, very cultural battle. Oh, it might be over. No, he's still fighting. He's still fighting. It might be a very, very close battle between Playgames' internet and Hamza's internet. Pakistan versus Italy as he freezes once again. Hamza might seem anxious, as does Katanga's team boss. I'm not going to say who that is, but it's really, really anxious to see, as Hamza is just theoretically battling it out with Rip David for P6 as he has made a mistake. David might also be concerned about what Hamza is doing currently on the track. He freezes once again, but he will gain everything back in the speed of light, and maybe even more, as we have missed Albert's countless mistakes, as Albert is not even fighting for a podium position anymore. He's fighting for P4, maybe for P6. He's just in between Verstappen and Hamza as Albert goes into the pits. Oh yeah, I forgot to check the strats, the compounds that people were wearing, and that is the answer on Albert's blitzing pace. He was just on the mediums, and the others were on hards, as we now see the real competitors that were on the same compound. It is Asimo, it's Leopardo, it's Lepri, and Verstappen has had to, I'm gonna repeat it once more, who is on his debut race. We have seen Rodney, who turned out to be an odd of many, many people. taking on the debut race with a podium, P3. We have seen Kragdev doing, Going Me Chris doing that in Division 2 in Season 8. We have seen that with Junior also doing that, and Tidrick in Season 7 and Season 6, Season 6 and Season 7 respectively. So it looks like that Hamza is more within the fight for P4, P3, P2, maybe even P1, rather than fight with Rip David. As however, Gamer Pro gains some momentum back. He was P11. He now overtook both all Wolf Rambo. He has overtaken Anoif, Smykos, with whom he is battling it out on the track for now. It looks like that we will have drivers coming up once and one and one and one, each after driver, each. In 3 laps time, as it will be the bias for 13 to 9 hards to mediums, and we will see how the drivers go once again for the 10th time through the chicane. No one seems to make any mistakes. Maybe Hamza, who has dropped some time back. I think it's 5 tenths lost. Verstappen also did a mistake. So yeah. Also, it seems that TMP Motorsport are not concerned really with the loss of Kragdev, as Lepri's P2 might be going on for his first podium finish this season in Division 2 West, and Asimo, who has came back this season after 3 seasons of not participating in any single race for season 8, because he was banned, and for season 9 he was just a team boss or something. I don't really remember that clearly. My journalists mind is shrinking a bit. As we see, it used to be Leopard and Albert. Now we see Leopard and Lepri, who are respectively P1 and P3, and it seems that Lepri is gaining some breathing space on Leopard. He seems to have overtaken him. No, it seems that they are neck and neck. Each corner, actually, with 3 laps till the pit window opens. Lepri with a better line now, and this will award him a position. He's in P1 now. He has won actually this season so far, after like 4 years of not achieving so. He has won in the round 2, Division 2 East, as an emergency reserve for Funny Racing. Simon has actually dropped back. 2P5, Hamza gaining all the places back that he has lost in the start of the race. He is now P3, and this internet connection, as you can see, seems to have worked up a bit, as he's overtaken now by Verstappen, as it more seems like they are neck and neck. Keep in mind Hamza's connection, as Leopard and Lepri, Leopard, they are battling it out. They are with them. They are with each other for like a couple of laps, but they are seeming to be inseparable at this part of the race. As Albert sits in P12, trying to gain some places back from what he has lost in the pit lane. He has Diamond on the radar, sitting in P11, then Wolf Rambo and Anoif fighting it out for P9. It's more seems like that Anoif is trying to, Wolf Rambo is trying to chase as much as he can Anoif. Oh, this might be very costing, as Wolf Rambo is going to overtake him for P9, as he goes also wide, but he doesn't make the mistake that Anoif did, and he keeps it clean. As Leopard must have made some mistake, and it costs and it awards Lepri a position. So Lepre can open the gap now. Unless he doesn't make any mistakes, so TMP Motorsport's leader is leading this race. It seems that Hamza Legend is flying right now. He has opened the gap between Verstappen, on Simo, also on Rib David. He might be the fastest driver on track, as the gap between Leopardo and Hamza is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, as Asimo goes with a bold move to corner cut to to undercut the other drivers that are up front. Also Smykos, Howard Gamer Pro, Wolf Rambo, and Oiv, Diamond go with Simo, who seems to be the precursor of the move. So the Turkish driver might have just gone all in on the situation on the track he has. So it will either cost him some positions or time, or it will award him for the boldness of his move. Lepre is leading from Leopardo, from Verstappen, as no, from Hamza, as Hamza's internet connections making me crazy with all the telemetry mistakes that it's doing. Not good, not good. As Hamza keeps the gap very, very stable to Leopardo, 1.1 each and every corner. He just misses the wall. No, it seems that Verstappen is gaining time on him, and he overtakes him. So Hamza's mistake might cost him a lot, knowing that they will all now storm into the pit lane. Yes, it seems that Hamza stays. Hamza stays, and Leopardo also stay up. So this will also be a very, very bold move from two of the drivers. Wow, that's very, 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 that we have some varieties of the strategy of the pit win, of the pit lap that you would want to go. I thought in the track that the BAS that it wouldn't be no question with the race lap that you would want to pit in, but it seems that the driver's gone bold. So let's see. Leopardo has way better pace than Hamza at the moment, 2.3 seconds. It used to be 1.1. So when it comes to Hamza, it might not pay off. When it comes to Leopardo, it might, because Leopardo is giving it everything, knowing it's his pit box. It is pit box lap. Hamza doesn't seem to keep up at all as he goes wide. He missed the apex once again. I've seen that a couple of times so far during this stint. He almost touches the wall. It's tragic for him at the moment, because it will cost him some positions, 2, 3, maybe even 4, as Asimo is just 1.4. Oh my god, it seemed for a moment that rain was gonna come. Yes, so Leopardo, both, and Hamza are going to pit with a gap between them going up into 2.9. Wow, that's very, very, very great gap. So Albert is going to take the lead now, and it seems that he's going to be the sitting duck, and it will seem that he will have to detronize all the attacks on his position. So Leopardo comes out in P5, Hamza comes out in P8, fighting with Smykos, who has undercutted him as well. So it is a very, very difficult situation for Hamza, as Smykos was going to overtake Hamza, but he gets overtaken back, as that was what I was talking about. That's very, very unforgiving chicane that Leopardo has made with his track decisions. He seems to have got very, very used to all the changes because he's fighting for the victory as always. It was only one race where he actually didn't, which just shows his class, which just shows his real raw pace that he can keep within lap after lap after lap after lap. It's lap 15 now. We have eight laps left until the checkered flag, and it seems that Leopardo will gain and gain and gain more and more. Now the gap between Asimo, Lepri, and TMP Motorsport teammates fighting with Verstappen for the position. It seems that the gap is 1.4. It's just in the slipstream range, which we have talked about it earlier. Doesn't give you really anything, so it's all about the raw pace that Leopardo definitely has. But Mr. Ring the Racer, which is also the rookie, having his very first race, he comes into the pits, chilling up, taking on mediums, and coming back into the circuit. He will likely come back in P16, being overtaken by both of Arcade Racing drivers, Charles Leclerc and Dan Solisevy. The only oh, that's not how you would want to come out of the pits. Albert is still leading the way, but the gap is shrinking each and every second as Verstappen is being overtaken by both Hungary and Matt TMP Motorsport both. Now Verstappen is fourth, but when you look at it, it might be third in the nick of time because Leopardo doesn't really gain time. He would have to worry about Hamza more actually because the gap is going down between them. It's 2.3 between Leopardo and Hamza, who is having a 1-2-3 Howard Gamer Pro on his back, but knowing that pace tire advantage that he has, it shouldn't be a problem to him. But let's see how they go with turn 1. Hamza with a Weber line. Now Howard Gamer Pro on the inside, on the outside, Hamza on the inside, through the sector 1 chicane, which might give you some problems. Howard Gamer Pro goes wide, and Hamza keeps the position. Also, Lepri and Asimo and Lepri are going to overtake briefly Albert, who is just 1.2 seconds away from them. The gamble that he has made at the start with mediums hasn't seemed to work, but it could still award him a very, very good position. His best position this season is P6 at his point. Could he match that? Could he beat that? I don't know. I'm not sure because Leo and Hamza and Verstappen all of them seem to be very, very good at pace. We will see how it goes as Lepri goes with a very, very big mistake. He must have touched that wall once again. He went very, very bold on the chicane and this cost him another big chunk of time. Hamza seems not to escape from Howard Gamer Pro's tax. The gap is still the same, so he has to worry about him in the brief future with just 5 laps to go. I'm surprised with how fast this race is. Asimo seems to just imminently overtake Albert, which we are going to see now in the chicane, maybe. No, but no other drivers make mistakes, so that will just make Asimo closer to the overtake. He goes on the side, way better line, and it's just level pegging with him. Next turn is going to be crucial, and he goes ahead. So Asimo is on his way to make his first ever win. It's very, very surprising for those who have remembered his drive, his miraculous abilities in Season 7. He was signed mid-season by Nichibotsu, who were dead last at that moment, and his spectacular drive during that time, during the second half of the season, allowed him to go P5. In 7 races he has achieved 114 points and he falls short just 8 points to P3 holders, which were AP8, who is banned, and I am Bob, who is not present with us today this race. It's also surprising because it will make Iron Bob lose even bigger amount of points to those who he has up front. So Leopard, Lepre, who are going to get comfortable, solid points. Also Rip David, who is currently driving in P8. That's not the best race for him, but he will get ahead of uh, of his teammate Bob. With 4 laps to go, it seems that Albert doesn't want to give up just yet. So Albert is 4 tenths, 5 tenths now behind all the three drivers that are going to battle it out. So Asimo, Verstappen, and Lepre. Mm, let me remind you, these drivers are driving for. Oh, Asimo makes a mistake and is gonna be just driven past by Verstappen and Lepre. So Verstappen is fighting for the victory as the first race for him. I don't remember the last time this has happened to win the first race of like his very first race. But Verstappen with a Wars line and Asimo gains back the lead, so these 3 last laps will be very, very surprising, entertaining, as Albert has already lost the distance, the track on the top 3 and is likely to be chased by Leopard, who is hungry on this point, as he's gonna lose some, definitely, to Lepre, who is in P3. All of the 3 drivers are just within the milliseconds as Asimo seems to make a mistake. No, he stays, so he has just avoided what would be miserable moment for him and for TMP Motorsport, who are fighting with Funny Group, who is represented by Verstappen, I remind you. So there is championship constructors position battle, the championship battle going on here with Funny Group Racing's only man standing, to be honest, because I know if it's P10 only, is fighting with Hungry and Matt, both from TMP Motorsport. As Verstappen seems to lost some of the distance, but he can surely gain it back when he wants, because he has shown the pace to do so. So Verstappen, with only 2.5 laps remaining, has only one task to detronize at least one of the balls, so Funny Group Racing can take away some points from Team Motorsport and spoil their party, as they are going for a 1-2 finish tonight. Hamza is overtaken by a Hauer Gamer Pro in the meantime. He has dropped back to P7 from P6. Also, Leopard has already overtaken Albert. Albert is a sitting duck on the track, so he will face some consequences of his decisions by being, or maybe even overtaken by Howard Gamer Pro, by Hamza. But he will surely stick to at least P7 finish, which might be good, as Hamza makes a crucial, unforgiving corner cut, and this might get him real worked up, as David is just behind him. So Hamza is out of the battle. However, Gamer Pro seems to collect at least P6, as we will see if he can gain some place back as Wolf Rambo goes into the pits. Why did he do that? Why did he go soft? He just... Wasn't he in the points? Well, that's surely something to think about. I don't really understand what the decision that is done. I believe he was P12. That's something to speak about, definitely, as with the penultimate lap, just the last lap going, Lepri, Verstappen, and then Asimo, who's been leading for the very, very good chunk of the race for the latest laps, is now P3, and Verstappen and Lepri seems to battle it out as Verstappen goes closer and closer to Lepri, and also Leopardo is just in the distance with only a second of a time to make up. So we will see one of the most exciting finishes of this season. Now, Lepri, the French driver who has never won in Division 2 West, who has never stood on a podium, his best finish being P4 twice achieved this season. So he can come big, he can come strong, but will he be able to avoid what is imminent if he does a mistake? We will see. But because Verstappen is getting closer, he is hungry. He wants to spoil the party that the TMP has set. They have all the candles on, or even the birthday cake coming up, but it can be spoiled as Lepri goes wide, and it does cost him a big time as Verstappen might overtake him. We'll see the line. Verstappen has been very, very bad with the line, and he loses some time. We will also see that follow-up chicane, which might be very, very unforgiving if you hit the wall. Does anybody hit the wall? No. Astimo seems to battle it out with Leopardo, so it seems that we are going to see a rush down to the line between the two drivers unless something is going to be done by the chicane. Verstappen, Lepri, Verstappen. It seems that Lepri is going to win for the second time this season unless Verstappen has something to do about it. They are going to cross the line, and Lepri is going to be the winner. Lepri is the winner by only 66 milliseconds from Verstappen, who is also need to be given the credit because it's his first ever race. First ever race and a P2. I don't think I have ever I don't think I have ever, to be honest, seen a driver that has finished P2 in the very, very first race. I've seen Chris finishing P3. I have seen Rodney finishing P3 before being disqualified, but I've never seen that from a driver that finished P2. And we will wait for Wolf Rambo whether he that's what he has in mind. I mean, fastest lap attempt. He doesn't. So Wolf Rambo's decision was one of the most concerning and this misunderstanding of this race, as no one is in the room with me in the commentary box. I'm just gonna ask myself, who is my driver today? My driver today is Verstappen. Verstappen is the only way to answer the question because even when you have a Simo Truk who has lost the podium position to Leopard, I just find out. Even if you have Leopardo with another great race, even when you have Lepri, who has won for the first time in this division this season, you gotta give all the credit, 100% credit to Verstappen, who has stormed into the division, who has been signed by Funny Group Racing, and it seems that Funny Group Racing can just laugh out loud and say that they always have a plan. They always have a lion plan, lion mentality, and it seems that Verstappen has come and collected it just at the beginning, right there when they need it, and the constructors fight. So that's all for me. My name is Quatrus, and for Division 2 East Race, you're not gonna see me in the commentary box, you're gonna see me on the track, but until next time, we will see you. I'm not gonna see you, but we will see you tomorrow in the Division 2 East Race, wrapping up all the weekend that we have had. Goodbye.